tender chunks of banana hidden inside, a crisp, buttery crumble on top, with a flavor that stays rich and moist for days. And you don't need any special equipment. Today, I will show you exactly how this is done.
It's another beautiful day here in the Shire. So let's head inside and see what Renee is up to in the kitchen.
Okay, so we're going to make some big muffins today, and I'm going to start with some flour. We're going to put the dry ingredients in a large bowl. So we've got some brown sugar, some nutmeg. You can also change out the nutmeg for cinnamon if you would prefer, but the nutmeg gives them a really nice, rich flavor. Baking powder, baking soda, and some salt. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to whisk that all together so that it's nicely mixed, and these are really quick to put together. Okay, and now we need another bowl, and we're going to put our eggs in. Whisk those up separately so that they get mixed in really well with the ingredients. We've got some melted butter here. So this recipe actually calls for yogurt. I didn't have yogurt, so I'm using an equal amount of buttermilk today. And then the secret to these muffins is I don't mush the bananas, and I just kind of cut them up into pieces, kind of cubes. I cut the banana in half, and then I cut each side in half again and then slice them. And these pieces don't break up as much as the mush, and you get a nice bite in there. So I'm going to put this in here and just gently stir that in. When you do stir them here, they're going to break up a little bit, but they stay in pieces, so every bite has this delicious banana taste. So not only does the banana taste last, but you get this burst of flavor. And moist, woo! So the secret to banana muffins, just like with banana bread, is that you can't stir it too much. So I'm going to show you how to fold this in so that we don't deflate the chemical reaction that's happening in there between that baking soda, baking powder, and buttermilk. We're going to fold. We go over, and you just gently stir. You just want to get everything wet, scoop down underneath, and turn it over. Basically, that's what you're doing, is you're turning it over. Gently touching the top to get that all wet. The goal here is to get it mixed and wet, but not to deflate this. So we're gently pulling over the top. Gently. Okay, that's stirred enough because I'm going to also add some pecans. And I actually roasted these in a frying pan on medium-high heat for about 5 minutes just to give them, it's a really quick and dirty way to do it. You can also do them in the oven at 350 degrees for somewhere between 7 and 10 minutes, and they come out the same way. I just want they're just darker than they were, but it gives them a nice, rich flavor. So I'm going to put these in, and I'm going to start folding again. And I do this when it's kind of stirred together, but not quite, so that I would have had to keep going anyway. Okay, we're just going to keep gently turning that over. I still see some flour at the bottom, so we'll turn that over. Oh, see the banana pieces? Ooh, those taste so good. And you want to use overripe bananas to do this for the best flavor. If you really want that banana kick with every bite, make sure you get your bananas ridiculously overripe. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to start with, I like to have them all the same size so that when they cook, they're cooking, none of them are getting overdone or underdone because they're different sizes. Putting 1 scoop in for each one, and this will make about probably 8 muffins. And then because of the size of the tin, I'm going to put another scoop in. And I've greased these with butter. The other key is to really grease those pans. Either spray them heavily with your vegetable spray or really grease them well, because this will stick to the sides if you don't. I also have greased, if you can see, I've greased the top. Every single part of the top of this has been greased. You can spoon this in, but the only reason I'm doing this is because of the consistency of the cooking. Okay, so now you could put these in the oven just like this. They're ready to go, and you can put them right in the oven, but I'm going to put a topping on these today because it just elevates them to a completely different level.
Renee's sweet and crunchy crumble is 1/2 topping and 1/2 pure diet-wrecking temptation. And she's going to show you how to make it right after this. Welcome back. Let's find out what makes this crumble topping so dangerous.
All right, so I've got some brown sugar here, and I've got a chunk of butter, and I'm just going to break that up into pieces and then cut that in with my pastry blender. You just cut that in so that it's all broken up. You can also melt this, but I like it better like this. It melts and pops as it's cooking. And then I have some flour I'm going to add, and I'm going to just continue cutting that in until this is mixed really well together. I want this to look kind of like sand, wet sand. All right, I'm going to call that good. And then we've got some oats that they're raw oats. These are old-fashioned. You can use any of the oats. Instant isn't quite as textury, but anything will help with the texture. And then I've got some more roasted pecans that I'm going to put in here. And then I'm just going to take a little spoon and I'm going to mix this up. And that is going to bake with those muffins and make that top. It also helps hold in some of the moisture. Once again, you don't have to do this. You can sprinkle it on top, but I'm just going to, for consistency's sake, I'm just going to put some on top with this ice cream scoop. Oh, yummy. All right. Oh, that looks good. Now we're going to put these into a 375-degree oven and for about 20 to 25 minutes, and then we'll be back.
We're back. And I've got a nice hot cup of coffee sitting right here just begging for something tasty to go with it. I'm pretty sure Renee's about to solve that problem for me right now.
We are going to give these a look and see if they're done. They've been in for about 24 minutes. Oh my word, those look amazing. Now what I'm seeing here is they're bouncing back when I'm touching them. And if I stick a thermometer in them, they should read between 200 and 205 degrees. If you get up to 210, you're over temperature. If you can't temp these, if you pull this out and it comes out, well, that didn't come out clean. I'd grab the banana. We're gonna stick this in and see if it comes out clean. That comes out clean. And that's the measure I've always used before I started using thermometers, which was a long time. So when they bounce back and you can stick a knife or anything in them and they come out clean, they're done. You do not want to overcook these. That's how you end up with dried banana bread and dried banana muffins. So just see the nice little bounce. That's what you're looking for. These look great. Okay, we're going to let these cool in the pan for 5 minutes, and then we're going to take them out. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and the reason you don't want to leave these in any longer is because they'll get sweaty on the bottom. And so we're going to see how these are going to come out of here. And because it has sticky stuff on the top, even though I've greased it really well, I still just run a knife down around just to make sure I don't pull that apart. And look at that. That is a perfectly browned muffin. It's gorgeous. You can tell it's got some caramelization there. And that's the other reason I like to use real butter, because it kind of caramelizes the bottom so that they always come out nice and brown. Look at that. Those are gorgeous. Okay, so I just opened this banana muffin, and as you can see, there are little pieces of banana here that I can still see that are, they're cooked perfectly, and they're just going to give you a nice moist bite when you bite into those. And this crunch topping is just the best. I think I'll put some butter on these. Okay, so we're going to put a little butter here. Oh. And look at that. Look at that ooey gooey deliciousness. Yum. And let's take a bite. Oh. And the banana just shouts at you. Crunchy top. Honestly, these are the best muffins. They're just so tender and so juicy. You will love them. I hope you will love them.
That'll do it. The muffins are done. The coffee's still warm, and if you're lucky, there might even be one left for you by the end of the day. We've got more great videos for you to watch. So, until next time.
Thank you.